She recently identified as poly. I'm not. I figured that I was willing to try for her while we were long distance in the summer. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over a story titled, Open Relationship Ends When Girlfriend Breaks Rules 15 Days Before I Could Propose. And guys, what we have here is yet another story about a young guy, who was with his girlfriend for a couple of years. He's 24 years old and was all set ready with the ring to pop the question, and she essentially really revealed who she really was, as if she didn't already. You're going to see in this story, guys, that this guy had been reluctantly going along with the girlfriend's open relationship request, or shall I say demand, because she really did demand open relationship. And why, may I ask? Because she recently identified as being polyamorous. And therefore, because this guy is clueless and weak and, well, a typical guy in this day and age, he went along with it and was humiliated with her having relations with other girls, as well as, obviously, you're going to see other dudes. And he didn't want to do this. He just wanted to be with her. Again, welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. And just like all these things, they don't work, okay? And it's amazing to me how many stories I read, and they all end the same way. So for you guys watching this, and your girl proposes this, walk away. It's over, because she doesn't give a crap about you. And I might add, I got to point this out here before I get into the story. You know, for a while now, you have all these stories about girls wanting open relationships, or wives wanting open relationships, open marriages. They claim as a way to spice things up because things have gotten boring or whatever. They want to keep the guy around because they want that paycheck and to help him pay the bills and all, and not want to have the embarrassment of divorce. But they also want to get plenty of sausage on the side and have their cake and eat it too. But the new thing now, which I'm noticing, is these gals, particularly these young girls, probably about in college age, 20s, suddenly out of nowhere, identifying or coming out as being poly, like saying, it's not my fault that I want to hook up with every dude that walks across my path. It's a condition I have. It's really who I am. It's like a genetic thing or some bullshit like that. I'm not selfish. It's just who I am. I'm coming out of the closet of being poly. And these these guys buy into this crap. And they've been conditioned, of course, through the media and movies and TV and single moms racing them and all the girls they're around to just oblige and give whatever they want and buy into this nonsense, and they end up getting royally screwed. Well, the girl gets royally screwed many times over, but you know what I mean. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to go through a story here, and you're going to see ultimately this isn't going to work out, and this guy does dodge a big one, but he has to suffer just like so many guys before he sees reality for what it is. So, starts off, he says, I, a 24-year-old male, was 15 days away from proposing to my girlfriend, a 23-year-old female of 2.5 years. She recently identified as poly. I'm not. I figured I was willing to try for her. We were long distance for the summer. Smack. Smack for being 24 and proposing. Smack for going along with this, buying into this crap of her identifying as poly. You out of your damn mind? Have some self-respect, man. This is why I do what I do, to help guys build them up, particularly in the other channel, to have self-respect so they won't put up with this shit. I didn't want to, but I love her more than anything in the world and wanted her to be happy. Smack. How about her? Does she love you more than anything in the world to make you happy? No. She's more than happy to do anything to make her happy. Women do not love men they don't respect, and men that do things they don't want to do to inconvenience and hurt themselves to make them happy doesn't make the girl love you anymore. It's going to make her actually love you less. She's going to have less respect for you, because women like masculine, strong men, not pussies. And that's what these guys are. I gotta say it outright. Even though YouTube's not going to like me saying the P word, I got to say it on occasion. Women don't like pussies. And guys that do this are that. She said I could do whatever to whoever. I was only comfortable with her being with other women. She's bisexual. This was my way of dipping my toe into the proverbial water. She was unhappy at my restrictions, but agreed as it was better than nothing. There is no way she's going to abide by this guy's rules. There is no way. Because she knows she has his number. She knows she can do whatever she wants and get away with it. You know, she's not just interested in sushi. She wants sushi and sausage. And it's going to happen. I didn't have any urge to meet anyone, but she encouraged me repeatedly to meet someone. I did. 3 different women. I hated all 3 experiences and made that known to her. I even told her the open relationship is over, but she begged to keep it. So I said sure and decided that I won't meet anyone else. Smack. So she's going to keep getting some from others, but you're not. Okay? If this is not what you want, you can't be with this girl. Okay? She is a selfish a-hole. And by the way, the whole pair bonding thing, good luck, dude. This is going to be your marriage. This is going to be, you're always going to be wondering, who she's going to be after next. It's not going to stop. This is not wife material. This is not mother material. Okay? Have some self-respect, dude. Although rare, there are some traditional girls out there, but you got to do some serious searching. But come on here. You can't turn a HOE into a housewife. While working at a summer camp, she met a guy she connected with. He was in an open relationship, and they connected because of that. More Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. She made it very clear that she had a small crush on him and wanted more with him. They would have discussions about how I was being unfair. It was obvious to me that she said that he was manipulating her. If anybody's doing manipulating, it's the girl here in the story here. Come on. And the whole discussions about him being unfair. He's allowing her to go out and get plenty of freaking sushi. And obviously she's going to get some sausage. And he's being unfair. He's going along with this and he doesn't want to. And he's being unfair. I wasn't excited about it. But I had 3 times. So I thought about it. We planned 2 days ahead of time to call and discuss expanding her boundaries. I was going to give her everything she wanted. Smack. She knew that. So he was now going to let her start getting sausage as well as sushi. He's out of his freaking mind. These people they aren't capable of relationships. All right? End of story. It says here, I was going to give her everything she wanted. We call and she admitted having slept with that guy the night prior. She cried and begged, and that she said that she was drunk and every typical excuse in the book. Of course she did. She doesn't care. She doesn't respect this guy. And by the way, the whole her pushing him to go hook up with other women, no woman that truly loves their guy, and this guy obviously wants a woman that loves him, is going to want any woman touching him, let alone even looking at him. But touching him, come on here. Pushed him to do it, because that way she could then have an excuse like, well, you're sleeping with other women, so I should be able to sleep with other guys. That was the whole plan here. Cried and begged and blamed that she was drunk. Of course. Not my fault. It was the freaking, it was the beer. It was the wine. It was the margaritas. We had discussed marriage for most of our relationship. She knew that I had the proposal planned. That's why she's doing this, because she knows she has you. We had our lives planned out together. I just bought a $1,000 ring to propose with. I had this amazing day planned where we'd go on tour of Central Park, propose there, and then go to a musical, which was her favorite thing in the world. I've been with her through it all of her physical and mental illnesses. Hold on, let me read that again. I've been with her through it all her physical and mental illnesses. You know she's nuts. You know she's got some mental issues and he's still with her. We're talking about the white knight syndrome here. This is what happens to white knights, guys. They're taken advantage of and hurt. Women don't respect white knights. They do in the movies, of course. And you ask any girl who says that she wants a nice guy and that they respect white knights and all that, or guys that do that type of thing. But then these same girls are out hooking up with Chad and Tyrone. This guy you can see is a good guy. Let's be honest here, but he's clueless. And I want to slap the shit out of him, and I have here in the video. But this is what happens when these guys don't have a good mentor, a good role model. We have a lease together for another year. I thought that we had built something amazing together. And in one night, she took that all away my trust. One night? She's been taking away your trust for a long time, man. The second she brought up open relationship or claims that she identifies as poly, should have been out of there. I have a hard time believing this guy can't get any other girls. And now I have to tell dozens of people that we were excited to see me propose that I got cheated on. Well, they're probably not going to be that surprised. The part that I struggle with is that I was about to let her have you-know-what with whoever. On the one hand, she broke the rules of the game I didn't want to play. On the other hand, she was 24 hours away from being allowed. Was I in the wrong? Should I forgive her and move on? Smack. I get he's emotional, and I get he's hurt, and it's an emotional roller coaster inside and out. But no, you were not wrong, and don't even think your gut tells you something's wrong. You go with it, and you were in the right on this. No, you don't forgive her, move on, because she's never going to change. She's not relationship material. She'd be a horrible wife. Okay, doing this left and right. And what kind of self-respecting man is going to have his wife or his girlfriend, for that matter, out hooking up with and sucking and effing Chad and Tyrone all night? No, it will never stop for her. Cut your ties and move on. And at least you only spent $1,000 on a ring instead of like $10,000. Now, a few comments before I go on here to show I'm not alone in this thinking here. One guy says she's a toxic manipulator. You'll never be happy with her, nor will you trust her. End it with her. There's no future with her, and I think you know it. Find someone else who's actually worthy of you. There's an idea. How about this guy having some self-worth, saying, hey, I deserve better than this bullshit, right? But remember, as I always do in the other channel, I'm always about trying to build guys up to be the best they can be. And let's be honest, gentlemen, we can always do better. We can always do better to improve our lives. Get in better shape, better health, make more money, get better personal skills, dress better, all sorts of things to improve ourselves if we actually make the effort. And when you are really doing well for yourself and improving yourself and you're feeling good and confident, you're not going to waste your time with people like this. You're not going to cave and tolerate shit that makes you uncomfortable just to get some girl to like you. Okay, you're going to be like, the hell with you. I can get 10 of the girls better than you and not have to do any of this shit. But when a guy feels like crap and doesn't think he's worth anything, he'll settle. And they know it. Another guy says, no sense in marrying her at all, ever. If she is poly and you are not, it is inevitably going to end divorce anyway. That's an insurmountable incompatibility. She'll never be able to commit nor to stay loyal to you. That's the whole idea of poly in a nutshell. But welcome to the magic of open relationships. Yours has ended like most of them do. She has shown you exactly who she is. All you have to do is believe it and not delude yourself into thinking otherwise. She's not ethical. She has no boundaries. She certainly does not respect you. And well, while you are probably a decent dude, you will never be enough for her. Nobody will. Correct. This guy hit the nail right on the head. And it'd be one thing if both of them started off that way. They were both into alternative lifestyles. I don't agree with those lifestyles, but, fine. If they were both into that, maybe in their wacko, warped way, they could work together as a couple. In my opinion, they should not get married. And they certainly shouldn't have kids with that lifestyle. That's a conversation for another day. But if one is that way and the other one isn't, it's not going to work. And by the way, if the situation was reversed and then she was traditional and he wanted to have an open relationship, you think she would allow that? Never. He goes on, he says, as for what to do now, that's a pretty simple thing to figure out. If you really enjoy the idea of her cheating on you, stay with her. If you don't like being cheated on, boot her. It's really that easy. If you're both poly and couldn't bring yourselves to commit and be loyal to each other, it would be fine. You can both go on and be single while pretending to be in a committed relationship. But as you said, you're not like that. Go find yourself a decent, loyal woman. Stay away from the ones who think it is enlightened to get side dick and simultaneously pretend they can commit to their primary. This guy hit the nail right on the head. Exactly. There are gals out there that do have traditional ways and views and things like that. They're out there, but it's sadly become more and more rare in today's world. But this guy works on himself, makes him up the best he can be, not tolerating any shit. He'll find her. But I think he needs to do a lot of work on himself to see why he's been such a doormat and work on himself for a while before he would even consider getting any kind of relationship, because obviously he's a relationship guy. And the last one says, the minute she forced you into an open relationship you didn't want, the writing was on the wall. Then she kept forcing you to move your boundaries and just ignored them when you did not want to move them fast enough. What were the next boundaries she forced you to change? She obviously did not care how this was hurting you. What sacrifices was she making for your sake? None. Not once, guys, did we hear any sacrifices she was making for him. And she knew it hurt him, but she didn't care. If you truly care about someone and love someone, sincerely do, you don't want them to hurt and to suffer. She doesn't give a shit, but this is today's world. She sounds positively selfish, and I don't see that changing. So would you really want a lifetime with someone who doesn't care with what you want? Someone who has to have things her own way no matter how it affects you negatively? Who will totally disregard you if she doesn't get her own way fast enough? This behavior isn't going to change. She's never going to change. She's not capable. And last, person says, honestly, I have one piece of advice. Run. Run like you ain't ever run before. Run like a grizzly bear is chasing you and you got a stake on your back. Poly equals not marriage material. Sorry, folks, that's just how I believe. She's not emotionally attached or grounded. She wants to have her cake and eat it too. And if you're not already the victim, it's just a matter of time. She'll screw up and get with someone not clean and come home and you'll give it to you. You can be sure they are having protected you know what. Just to reiterate, run. Nailed it on the head. I like that. Run like a grizzly chasing after you and you got a stake tied to your back. That's pretty funny. So, moral of the story, guys, again, with the open relationship thing, it doesn't freaking work. Don't buy into it. And this whole identifies as poly thing, what a steaming pile of crap. So if you guys I'd like to know in the comments section, have you ever met someone that claims that they've identified as poly or come out as poly? That's the question of the day. If you've ever met anybody that says that, let me know. And let me know how you responded to that. I'd really like to hear that. That's definitely interesting. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And again, let me know if you found somebody that actually makes this ridiculous claim. And guys, if you come across a good story like to share, by all means, email to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just be sure to include the link to the Reddit article or whatever story article it is. Or if you got a personal story that's worthy of this channel, that's really on the crazy side, that's definitely out there, email it to me and I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.